Hello, I'm 52, getting ready to turn 53 next week, years old, and I'm a person that lives singular with no family or friends, estranged from my family, estranged from my mother, father deceased, no siblings, no other family anywhere near me. All my family has their own family, and we've all been disconnected and distanced for several years, and just all grew apart because of time, everybody doing their own thing. The only one I was really close to was just my mother. And once she retired, she moved 5 hours from me. To see her, in the beginning, I went a few times during time off from work. I had, at the time, my ex-husband take me. The area that she moved to was, I felt unsure and unsafe going alone, so I had him take me. Now that we're no longer together, I have no way of, and then my car being older, no way of seeing her. But I believe that happened for a reason, and the only family that I did have other than her was my ex-husband. Little did I find out that even though I married him, he wasn't really family. That's such a long story. Such a long story with my ex-husband and others before him. But what I'm recording and want to put out there of living alone, completely single in a big city with no friends, no family, nobody that I can actually count on. If something were to happen, honestly, I would just say 911 is the only number I could really call, or someone could call for me in my behalf. I think leaving on my driver's license organ donor would be a safe way out, so my body wouldn't linger if something should happen. But in those regards of living on my own, I feel that it was a blessing in disguise. Because there are so many things that I'm finding out of living all by myself and dealing with everything all by myself. I do live in a house. It is my house that I am paying for. And I do have a car. And it is paid off. And I do have a savings. And I'm planning to save more. And so I have so many plans in the works for what I am planning to do before I retire, and how I'm going to prepare as I'm getting close to retirement. Right now, I try not to be too anxious about what I should plan for my retirement, knowing that I'm not gonna be able to depend on anyone at all. So that's kind of scary, but at the same time, if I plan ahead and I make the right choices, I should be okay. From what I'm seeing from everyone is you can't save enough. You can't have enough You can't have enough where you can depend on later, either saved up enough or assets or equity. You need to rack up as much as you can. So one of my tips, I guess, that I could tell anyone, any woman out there, that if they are feeling at this time in their 50s and they're living by themselves and they're feeling lonely, the couple of things that they're going to do is they're going to kind of trying to cover up the or fill in the empty areas for coping, to feel like they should, how can they cope with the loneliness or the boredom or the habitual things that they used to do when they were younger. Sometimes I have to stop myself and tell myself, before I purchase something, how would this look on a 52/53-year-old? Because sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget how old I am when I reply to certain things that people are saying. My response, as if I am in my 30s, sometimes I have to stop myself and say, hey, you know what? You're supposed to be setting an example. People look at me and think that I'm 20 years younger than I am. And I have to sometimes put myself in a situation and think to myself and say, hey, you know, you have to start acting your age. Because sometimes I think I'm still in my 30s. My mind puts me in that place as if I'm in my 30s. Because I don't, even though I'm in my 50s, I don't feel that like I'm in my 50s. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but as far as helping you fill that void, I have things that I enjoy very much, very, very much. Other than work, I do enjoy what I do. And at this time, I don't know what it is, but I don't work as much as I used to. It was all about money when I was younger, so I could buy things, because your beauty when you're young is there, and you want to showcase it with things that you buy. You'll buy makeup, you'll buy jewelry, you'll buy clothes and shoes, you'll buy your purses, your coats, blazers, jackets, accessories, everything revolving around to attract, but not just to attract, but to showcase that you know you like those things and you like to look nice, and that's the person that you are. But what happens as you get older and you start to see your looks fade? And when you put those things on, sometimes you like them, but when you go out and you look in a mirror, when you're out there, you go to the restroom or you pass by a mirror at a department store and you say, oh my gosh, I look ridiculous. I am way over the top for my age. Now, I'm not saying that, no, you shouldn't wear all the things that you used to. And yes, you should look presentable. But at the same time, you can not wear as many things to showcase your looks, because your looks are going to fade. What you should do is get just quality pieces that you will use and wear for many years, not just things that are less expensive that you will go through them and keep spending and spending. And at your age, you don't want to do that. You want to buy quality items that you can wear. You can honestly say, I can actually wear this from 5 to 10 to 15 years from now because of the quality and the cut. I know it'll fit me. I know I'll still enjoy it. And that's what you would want to put your money on instead of trendy items, less expensive items. You want to put high vibrational items. You want to wear full 100% cotton. You want to wear some linen if you can. You want to wear real metals. You want to wear gold and silver. If you want to wear gemstones, you want to, not so much crystals, but more of the gemstone, more of, real gold, real silver. You want to wear, if you do buy blue jeans, you want to get Levi's. You don't want them too tight. You want them to feel comfortable. If you want to buy blouses, get just pure cotton. Pure cotton. You want them to be fitted, not so boxy. You want a coat that you can wear over and over and over. You want to have a couple of those. You want to have quality shoes, leather. Look for leather. It's hard to find full leather, but you can find them. They are substituted some part of the shoe, but usually the upper and the inside will be leather. And maybe now you'll have a rubber sole. That's fine. But you want leather shoes. You want good quality tennies. And not that you have a lot of money, but you can find these pieces and just wear them over and over and over. And that way you don't have to spend much money through the years. You have these pieces that you can wear for years. These things will, wearing things that are nice, that you can wear over and over while you're out in public, will put you in the best mood because it's high vibrational and it's not low. And another thing that I highly suggest is try not to ever, 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 never wear black. Try never to wear black because it absorbs all the negative energy around you. Try not to have black in your wardrobe. If you do, very, very minimal. I suggest wearing blue and white and green. Colors that are red, that are of a high vibe. That way you can afford living alone. You can watch over your money and always know that if it's just you, you can the best idea is to spend your money wisely, very wisely. Your car that you buy, make sure it doesn't necessarily have to be brand new, but it has to be a good quality vehicle. And if you can hold on to it, longer than 100,000 miles, 100,000, 120,000, and get it maintained, and always put Supreme gas or Plus. That will always make sure that your engine, your fuel injectors, and your catalytic converter will run smooth. Put a fuel injector or gas treatment in your tank close to empty, and then fill it every 4 to 6. I really recommend every 4 months. Really, put it in there, fill it with gas. And if you do those things and do your oil change at least twice a year, at least, you'll be able to hold on to that car to over 150,000 miles. Always make sure on your insurance it's It's worth the $8 or $10 to make sure that you have roadside assistance on your car. It adds, I believe, somewhere around $7 to $8 to your insurance bill. Yes, it's more on your insurance. Yes, it's gone up, but it's so worth it. I've used it on my car. This past car, I've had it since, this car that I have, I've had it since 2017. And I've already called, I want to say, not either 2 or 3 times already on it, in the worst situation. That way, if you are a single person, you have no one to depend on, but you know what? You can depend on that. You can depend on roadside assistance. And I have tow on there as well. It's pennies. It's pennies, but it's peace of mind. It is peace of mind. If something should go wrong, you have that, and you feel safe with that if something should happen. Another thing that I have in the back of my car, I have a Fix-A-Flat. I bought mine from Walmart. I don't know how many places sell those, but I've always bought mine from Walmart. And I've used every can that I've bought through the years. The one that I have in the back of my car, it's been there for several years, so I don't know if I should replace it, but that has helped me in such a bind. You get a flat, it's late at night, these tire places are not open. As soon as you see the flat, you pull over, you open up the can, there's a spout, you push that right into your tire, you start driving right away, you go to a nearest area with air, and it will take you several miles until you find a place, fill it with air, drive it for a while, take it home. In the morning, it'll still be okay, and then you drive it to your nearest tire place. That has done world of wonders for me, because I've used those. If you're alone and you're single, there's ways you can live without having to depend on anyone. If you're scared because you've always been with a man, and you think of all these things that, like, I'm scared to be alone because what if this breaks down? What if that breaks down? He would always fix everything. And if you have a plan for everything, and, well, think of your car. If my car breaks down, what do? Boom, you get that. You think about it. You take care of it. There's always a solution. Your house. If you have problems within your home, water, plumbing, electrical, there's service people all over. You pick up the phone and you could call someone to service you. The only thing that you will need is you got to have something in the bank, or you have to have a credit card. You have to have a credit card for emergencies. I recommend every now and then, man, if somebody says there's a couple of extra shifts opening up, somebody's gone on vacation or sick, scoop them up. Scoop up that extra money and put it in your savings account. You will need it. You will use it. Another thing, twice a year you get an extra paycheck. Mine usually lands, well, everybody, January and July or August. It's 6 weeks, twice a year. That extra check, put that away. You will need that in your savings to pay off your car, to pay extra towards anything that you feel that will get you ahead, so you won't have to work as hard through the year. That's what I do, and that helps me so much. So if you're single and you're all by yourself, there's a way you can get through everything. You just have to put your mind to it. So I hope this little bit of advice, which I have so much more, will help somebody out there, because this is how I was feeling. I want to say 2 years ago after my divorce. My divorce was final Actually, it was, my divorce was final 2022, March of 2022. And this is exactly how I was feeling that year. But before my marriage, I was single, living alone for many years. And I had to come back to myself and find myself because I was lost. I was, somehow I became a completely different person. I actually lost myself. And once it's kind of hard to describe. Once I got clarity, it felt like a switch was flipped. And I started remembering all the things that I used to love to do and things that I used to say just started to come out. It was like I was buried with the dirt, actually. Felt like I was buried. A lot of things about my personality was buried. And I just started to come back alive. So, if anybody out there feels that, they feel like they want a little bit more advice like this of mine, let me know. Feel free to drop me a comment, and know that you're not alone. Nobody is alone, because I feel that there's a lot of talk about, well, your significant might approach and say, well, you're going to die alone. And actually, that's not true. As you're dying, before you start to die, people have voiced, family from the deceased, before they died, would start to say they would see visions and hear people. So I believe your ancestors, your angels, spirits from another life are going to guide you as you pass on. So no one necessarily dies alone. So don't be afraid today of being alone, because you're not. You do have angels, spirits, every now and then drop in on you, and they know what you're thinking. They know what you're thinking. I know it's weird for me to say this, but I believe me, they know what you're thinking, because as soon as I think of something, that particular situation pops up on the screen or in front of me, and it's very weird, but I know what I'm saying. You get downloads of numbers, you get messages, and once you start seeing them, you start seeing more of them. So don't be afraid to be alone, because you're not really alone. But I'll end this video, and hopefully I can reach some people, and I can voice how I can help advise people that you're not alone, and how you can still enjoy your life in different ways, and know that there's ways you can feel safe being alone, and how you can address and how you can attack situations so you can always feel secure being alone. So I hope this video helps some people and make them feel a little happier, knowing that you can enjoy your life being alone. Until next time, don't be afraid being alone, because there's a lot of people out there living solo, and you can live big solo. Get out there and do it.